Starting to see some people joining the stream, guys. Welcome back. Today is our Friday boot camp. And all we'll need for today's class is just some heavy weights. We'll get started here in just a second. Just want to make sure stream's still working. But like I said, boot camp for today, just heavyweights. And yes. All right, for those of us who might be in stream right now, guys, I just want to let you know we're just waiting. It's showing 0 people, so I just want to make sure we got some people in here, and we'll get started as soon as I see that. If you guys are here right now, I'm going to have you go ahead, start here with those arm circles. That's our normal warm-up. You start nice and small, and you make them bigger as we go around. But I just want to make sure we have a good image, good picture going through. So I just want to make sure that the stream is working. That's kind of why I'm waiting right here. All right, Jessica. All right. I see you in there. Glad to know you're here. The counter just went up. So we're going to go ahead. Like I said, guys, we're starting off with those arm circles here. For those of us who have already started those arm circles, we should pretty much be around that full revolution. So right there, if you already have taken a few reps at the top, go ahead and start giving those small arm circles here backwards and making those bigger as we go. And Jessica, in case you didn't hear me say it earlier, heavyweights should be all we need to get us through today's class. While you're doing these backwards arm circles, really make sure that you're opening up that chest at the same time here and trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together. While it is mainly an arm warm-up, we do want to make sure that we're also getting a nice little posture adjustment there, guys. Take a few reps at the top here if we haven't already. Then we're going to go in. We're going to do those hamstrings and that chest opener right there. Same concept there. I want us to focus on opening up that chest as well as squeezing those shoulder blades together here. Again, we're just working on those postural effects, making sure that we're all set here for our day-to-day activities since we do spend a lot of time sitting on the desk. And right there, guys, go ahead, give me some high knees, at least a march for me. I want to see that knee get to pretty much in line with the hip. You can go higher, that's okay. And yeah, get those arms in there. Even if we're just doing a march, want to still get those arms, that upper body here warmed up. And then right there, guys, we're going to take it over. We're going butt kicks right there. Same thing. I want to keep seeing those arms moving as we bring those heels up, those legs back here. Again, just trying to warm up those hamstrings as well as getting a little bit of a quad stretch, or at least a relaxation is what I probably should say. And right there, guys, I want you to go ahead, hug those knees in. This one, you're more than welcome to bring that knee past the hip line as high as you can go. And then don't just let it fall down here. We want to make sure it's under control on the way down. You don't have to go this slow. I'm exaggerating. But you want to have that hip under control the whole way it goes down. That's just a nice little eccentric activation for us here. Continue to get our hips ready. But right there, guys, we're going to go ahead. You're going to give me squats right there. Nothing special on these squats. Just making sure that our heels are taking most of that force as we squeeze the glutes. Knees aren't coming in, staying nice and out. Trying to avoid putting our weight forward on those toes. Except right here, I'm going to ask you guys now to give me a calf raise at the top. So actually, while you're going through the squat, we still want to sit back on those heels. But once we've come all the way up, then you can transfer that weight over to the toe. Give me a nice little calf raise right there. And right here, guys, we're gonna go ahead, rock those ankles. What I mean by rock is we're going heel to toe. I don't care how your body has to look to do this. You don't have to stay or like try to maintain balance, I guess. You can use your body in any way that you want to. Our main goal here is just to focus on those ankles as we rock back and forward from the heel to the toe, just getting more blood flow going down in that direction. Right there, let's go ahead, give me some lunges here. You can also just give me a nice mountain climber stretch here. Again, you're just taking those lunges, various speeds here, trying to get some hip flexor stretching, as well as some glute activation there on the way up. But then, guys, I'm going to have you shift over. We're going to go those side shifters right there. Main goal here, just stretch out those adductors here. So you can stay low if you want to get some glute activation, but I really want you to focus on getting that stretch. If you have to come up to do that in between reps, perfectly fine with me. Go ahead, even yourself out there, guys. We're going hip openers right there. And even out, we're going the same thing, but opposite. Knees coming from the out to the in. And relax right there, guys. Grab some water, stretch a little bit more if you need to. We're back in a second here. Set number one. All right, set number one here is going to be where we're going to make a lot of the use of the weights here, but even then it's optional to use weights. We're going to do a side lunge into a back lunge. So you can see right there that my right leg is the one moving. That's how it's going to be for you guys. You're going to do it once first with the right leg. I'll tell you to switch. We're going to do the same with the left. And of course, you can have weights here, but it's going to be a side lunge to the right, back up, side lunge, backwards lunge with that right leg moving. That doesn't necessarily make it the working leg, but it is going to be the moving leg during this. And of course, then we'll switch on my command so that the left leg is moving. But guys, you can go ahead, grab a weight here if you choose to. That's where we're going here first. Give you guys a couple seconds to select whatever weight you want. And let's set to go here in. Let's have the right leg move in 3, 2, 1. So right leg sideways, right leg back, and continue onwards. You can touch that foot back down in between to get your balance back. If you're able to just go up and over and back, that's okay too. Doing whatever feels comfortable for us there. And yes, we want to make sure that we're pressing through the heel on the way up and on the way back here. We want to make sure that our hips aren't dipping over, even if our body doesn't dip, but maybe just our hips kind of dip like that, but we still feel straight up. We want to make sure that those hips are nice and parallel as well. Strive to give me about 10 more seconds here before we switch over to that left leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Collect your bearings right there. We're going same thing, just over to the left. Let's go here in 3, 2, 1, begin. Like I said, you can touch in between, aka put your foot down as you come back up. That's okay to readjust. Don't have to stay on just one leg the whole time, or I guess your anchor leg You don't have to just stay on that. You can touch that back leg, but really I just want to keep you moving as much as possible here. You got about 15 seconds for me. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, we're going to do something here. You're going to decide if you want to utilize weights. What I'm going to tell you guys to do is to go from a squat to a pulse, and then we're going to go back and forth there, and then we're going to instrument a wall sit. We're going to come off that wall sit. We're going to go squat, pulse again, back to the wall. So what that's going to look like is, I would recommend weights because I know most of us could use weights in a situation like this, but I will leave that decision to you. But it's going to look like I'm going to have you start off squatting. Every now I will say, go ahead and pulse for me. Go ahead, back to squats. Go ahead, back to pulse. Then I'll say, hey guys, we're going to go over to the wall here, and we're going to give me a wall sit. Or if you can't, maybe you're not comfortable on the wall, you can't just give me a squat hold. Weights optional there, and then we're going to go back and forth kind of between those. So just follow my commands. We're going to start off alternating between squats and pulses here. Choose whether or not you want to have a weight. Well, guys, let's go ahead. 3, 2, 1, just squat for me. Make sure those knees aren't going in. Pressure goes through the heels. And everybody right there, you're going to come down low. You're just going to pulse for me. And then you're going to go ahead, give me back normal squats again, guys. Normal squats again. Full range here. Still try to sit back on those heels. I know with that pulse, it's going to make those glutes a little more sensitive, a little bit more fatigued. You're going to want to lean forwards. I'm going to ask you guys not to, but right now I'm going to ask you guys to go back to a pulse for me. You guys are pulsing for 3, 2, 1. You're going to transition over to the wall. Weights or no weights here. Little transition time. But now I want you to sink in 2, 1. Give me that wall sit, guys. Press through the heels. Don't let those knees come in. Hands off the legs. But you are allowed to hold the weight here. You can do bicep curls if you want. Just about 10 seconds for me here, guys. And 5, 4, 3, 2. I want you guys to jump off that wall. Pick up the weights here if you need to, or set them down. We're going back to squats. And 2, 1, begin. So now this is going to be that time where we're going to be squatting. And then I'm going to tell you right now, go back to pulse for me right there. Of course, I'll let you guys drop the weights here. Main focus is I want you to get on that glute, not trying to get forward on those quads right there, guys. Go ahead. Back to full range squats for me. Still try to maximize that glute power. Try not to go too far forward on those toes, because of course the quads are going to work. We want them to work. Go ahead, give me the pulse again. But we want to stay as much on those quads as possible. And 2, 1, off. Let's go to a wall sit, guys. One more time here. 2, 1, sit right there. After this wall sit, guys, I'll have you come off. We're going to get a sip of water. We're going to come back to me a little bit after that. But you're still sitting there. And relax, guys. Relax off that wall sit. Come on off. Drop the weights if you need to. Stretch a little bit. You're back with me here in just a second. All right, as you guys are coming back to me, I'm going to show you guys what we got here going on first. We're going another back-to-back type of activity here. We're going high knees, down low, into quick feet. and you guys are just going to follow whatever I say. So if I say we're going to start off high knees, you guys are still relaxing, but eventually we'll go high knees. I'll say go to quick feet. I'll say go to back to high knees, guys. And right there, I'll have you guys set your water down. Come on back to me. Get ready for some high knees. I want to see those in 2, 1, begin. Get those arms in. Try to get that knee nice and high. And then get ready to drop your hips because we're going quick feet right now. Drop your hips. Try to stay as low as possible. Avoid letting those hips drift upwards while you're going those quick feet. We want to stay nice and low because we're already high for those high knees, which we're going to go back to right now. Give me those high knees again, guys. And let's drop it down. Go quick feet for me. And 3, 2, 1. You guys relax, catch your breath here. We're going to go, or I'm going to go to the edge of my mat. You guys utilize your space as you need to. But we're going to go caterpillar walkouts. After those caterpillars, we're going to go mountain climbers. But those caterpillar walkouts can be with the hands or the feet. I just want us to get a nice little hamstring stretch here as well. A little moment to catch our breath. Let's go ahead and start those in 3, 2, 1, begin. Like I said, those walkouts can also go back with the feet, pretty much to that high plank position. You can do a push-up if you so choose. Then you're going to walk those feet back up, similar to how you would walk those hands back. Try to give me 2 to 3 more reps here, guys. And then when I say stop, what I want you to do is walk out one more time just to that high plank position so we can do those mountain climbers. 2, 1, go ahead, walk yourselves back out. And let's go mountain climbers here in 3, 2, 1, begin. After these mountain climbers, we're going to stand up. We're going to take it slow again here. We're going to go RDLs with our weights here for a little bit more hamstring recovery, guys. Just give me 10 more seconds here, though. 10 more seconds on these mountain climbers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll have you guys slowly come on up here and join me. Like I said, just normal RDLs here, guys. Just normal RDLs, hinging at the hips. After that, we'll set those weights down, and we're going split jump squats. If you're not comfortable with the jump squats, of course, you can bring it up to skiers. That's that alternative we always do. But let's start off with those RDLs here in 3, 2, 1, begin. Slight bend in the knee. Back stays nice and straight. Hinge at the hips here. Listen to your hamstrings. Let that be your range of motion guide. And feel free to take this one slow, guys. Not a race on this activity. I'll get your heart rate going with our next activity. 3, 2, 1. Right there, guys. I'm going to have you set those weights down. Like I said, we're going split squat jumps, which is pretty much start down in that lunge, jump up, switch, jump back, switch. And again, if you're not comfortable, you can just take yourself a little higher. So instead of going down this low, you can go here, or you can kind of take it a little bit more vertical. Just give me those skiers. But guys, let's go ahead here in 2, 1, begin. You guys are giving me those split squat jumps. We want to make sure that our hips, just like normal lunges, are not dipping underneath us. We want to keep perfect control of those hips that whole time, but you guys are only giving me 3, 2, 1. Relax right there, you guys. Grab me some water. I'm going to have you back here in a second on the floor. Back in a jiff. Like I said, you guys are going to meet me down here on the floor. We're going to start off with those heavy weights. You guys can just make your way down here. You don't have to grab them right away, just because I'll demonstrate here first, but you should be ready with those heavy weights. Arms are going to be straight. We're going to go pullovers right there. When we're doing these pullovers, I want to make sure I tell you guys, our goal is to keep that lower spine in contact with the floor as it normally would be, which means that whatever it is, if we're laying just like this, that's how we want it in contact. And I say that because as you start to let those weights drip back, some of us, and I'm going to exaggerate here, like to arch our back in order to make space for an extra range of motion. We don't want to do that. We want to keep that spine in contact, guys. But right there is a perfect time. Let's have you join me up here, and let's go in 3, 2, 1, begin. I'd rather you guys just work with your range of motion that you have than try to touch those weights to the floor or try to get as close as possible. Just work with the range of motion you have to get the best stretch in that lat while also still activating them and not risking the spine's alignment, I should say. You guys are going to give me 15 more seconds, then we're going to set those weights down. We're going to transfer over to push-ups here. 10 more seconds though for me still. 10 more seconds on these pullovers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you guys to go ahead, set those weights down here. You can also choose to do bench press if you like the weights that you have. Otherwise, we'll all be push-ups. And we're going here in 3, 2, 1, begin. You can take these down on your knees if you need to. And if you ever start to feel yourself kind of failing, I always say we can cheat ourselves up, kind of like you're doing the worm, which means you're kind of utilizing your whole upper body as momentum to get yourself back up. And if you have to do that, then you're just controlling the weight on the way down here, maybe down with like a 6 to a 10 count. It's always a great way to finish off push-ups. 3, 2, 1. You guys relax right there. Here we're going down. We're going to stay down on the mat. We're going to go side ups, which means almost like that V up, but off to the side here. Working on those obliques. You can use that down forearm for assistance. Let's go here in 2, 1, begin. So you're just reaching over, trying to reach for those toes. You don't have to touch them, but you're squeezing right here on the side of that torso, trying to get up. That is our goal. Less than 10 for me, actually closer to 5 here. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll have you guys switch over. You're going to do the same thing for me, just with that other side. Give you a little transition time, and then we're going here in 3, 2, 1. Begin right there. And again, this is one of those activities you should not feel the need to race for. You still want to keep constant tension, and if going a little bit faster makes it a little bit harder, that's okay for you. But I'd rather you guys focus on intently squeezing those sides. That's how we're going to get the best results in strengthening that area. 3, 2, 1. You guys relax here. We're going to go on our stomachs, and we're going to go Superman's / Superwoman's here. Those arms can be out or they can be closer. But guys, we're just going to hold there. No alternating. Let's go 3, 2, 1, begin. You're giving me just a few more seconds. We're finishing off in a plank here, guys. 3, 2, 1. Pretty much stay in that position. You can choose high or low plank, but we're going planks here in 3, 2, 1. Begin right there for me, guys. While you're in that plank position, I always say it, I'm going to continue to say it, make sure you're checking your hip alignment. We want a straight line from the shoulders to the hips to the ankles, with those hips maybe being a little bit higher. That's okay, but we don't want to see too much deviation from there. And of course, guys, whenever we're doing a hold, make sure to remember to breathe. Not only will it make it easier, it's going to make you better off for it. It's going to allow you to tap into more strength. Just 5 seconds for me, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys relax right there. Grab some water, and then once you do, we're going right down the center here. We're going to give me that V stretch that I like so much. Just a great way to target those adductors here, similar to the butterfly stretch at times, but slightly different since this one's going to have those legs out. Allows us to also hit the hamstrings a little bit as well. And from there, I'll have you reach over to the left side. If you like to grab the foot, that's okay. If you think that's a little bit too much of a distraction, maybe your competition's getting into you there and you're like, I know I can grab it. Sometimes it is better to just put your hands on a lower part of your leg and just let yourself lean into it, because this is that time where we're looking for recovery and a cool down rather than continued ramping up. But right there, guys, let's go ahead, reach over, same thing, other side here. I guess what I was saying earlier is you don't always have to reach for your farthest point. You just have to bring your body closer to its farthest point, and whatever that sits mentally for you, that's what we want to accomplish. 3, 2, 1. Right there, guys. I'm going to have you put one ankle over the opposite knee, and we're going to go that figure 4 glute stretch. Feel free to rock that ankle on the far side. And we like this one, of course, because it allows us to target that piriformis, which, if I switch over, is just pretty much on the side of that lateral head. We like that one because it's a dual purpose. While it also stretches the entire glute a little bit, it can also target that versus maybe just doing a normal glute stretch. However, they are all important. And I'll have you guys switch right there. Give me that same thing just on the other side now. Keep breathing through that stretch. And I'll have you guys release yourself right there. Go ahead, join me up here. We're going to go hanging hamstring stretch right here. And what I mean by hanging is you can touch the ground or your toes if you want to. Otherwise, you can kind of just cross your arms. Let your body relax here in this position. Both of those are acceptable right here. And right now, I'm going to ask you guys to re-engage. So re-engage that low back if we need to. Then hinge through that hip. Then we're going to go over. We're going to find that wall here. And you guys are going to give me a nice little chest stretch up against that wall. If you have a corner at home and you like to put your hands on one side of each of those walls as they meet in the middle, that's 2 hours. That works awesome as well. For those of us just doing one arm right there, I'm going to have you guys switch over to the other one. I'll take this opportunity to always remember or remind you guys to, well, sometimes it's more common to just do this arm straight out. You can also try with that arm in, or you can try it at various angles with that arm, see if that targets any additional stretching opportunities for you guys now or in the future. But right there, I'll have you guys relax. Come back to me. We're going to shrug those shoulders forwards and backwards a few times here. Then we're going to let them squeeze up. Let those shoulders relax. As they do, let's take our chin down to our chest here, stretch the back of our neck. And we like to do that shoulder shrug here for a little bit as well, just because most of us hold so much tension in our shoulders. That is our body mentally preparing just to squeeze in as much as we can and then let them all relax. For most of us, that's a great thing for us. Well, right there, guys, I'm going to have us raise that head now. Let it tilt backwards, chin to the ceiling here. Let's stretch the front of our neck. And right there, I'll have you guys return to center, one ear, same side shoulder, side of our neck. And then again, raise it up. Give me the same thing now on the other side. And right there, you guys can go ahead and relax here. That's going to be it for us today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And remember, we'll be back here next Monday. Same thing. But yeah, Jessica, glad you could join us today. And I'll see you guys next time. Well, glad we have the weekend there, Jessica. You as well have a great weekend. Catch you next time.